depth first search. Now, for what purpose is this algorithm used? Depth first search is used to perform a traversal operation. That means using this algorithm you can visit all the nodes of a graph, and while visiting the nodes of the graph, not even a single node is visited twice. That means you can visit all the nodes of the graph exactly once using this algorithm. So in the previous video we had learned about breadth first search or BFS algorithm, which used queue data structures to implement the concept, whereas depth first search will be using stack data structure to implement the concept. So let us see how DFS algorithm works to visit the nodes of the graph, for which we require a graph, and this graph is a directed graph. That means every edge of the graph is having directions in it. Let us see how many nodes are there in this graph. There are altogether 6 and 3, 9. Altogether there are 9 different nodes in this graph. Before proceeding on to the algorithm, let us create an adjacency list. And as said in the previous video, what is an adjacency list? Adjacency list is a table which clearly specifies which node is having what all adjacent nodes to it. That means from this table it is clear that every node is having certain adjacent nodes to it. And node A is having 3 adjacent nodes, which are F, C and B. Node B is having 2 adjacent nodes, which are G and C. What do you mean by these adjacent nodes? Adjacent nodes means all those nodes are directly reachable from a given node. That means if F, C and B are adjacent to A, then it means that all these 3 nodes, that is F, C and B, are directly reachable from the node A. G and C are adjacent to B means both G and C are reachable from B. F is adjacent to C means only F is reachable from C. No other node is reachable from C. So in this way, you have to identify all those nodes which are adjacent to a particular node. Sorry. So as I said, in our graph there are 9 different nodes. You have to take each node one by one, and for each node you have to identify the adjacent nodes. After preparing a list of all those 9 nodes, now we are clear which node is adjacent to which node. With these 2 inputs, that means with the graph as an input and the adjacency list as an input, we are going to use the stack data structure in this algorithm to implement DFS. We already know how a stack works. Stack is a LIFO data structure which has only one end to perform the operations, that means, and that end is known as top end. It is only through the top that we can perform an insertion operation. That means you can insert a new element to the stack only through the top end. If you wish to delete an element from the stack, then also you can delete element from the top. That means insertion and deletion both will occur at the same position. Every inserted element will go to the stack top, and every deleted element will be the one which is on the stack top. So in this way, we are going to use stack DS to implement DFS algorithm. So at present we are having a graph with us, and for each node of the graph we are having the corresponding adjacency list. Along with this, we are also having a stack with us. Let us see how this algorithm is going to work. One more thing, I am going to track a list of removed nodes. Whichever nodes will be removed from the stack will be stored over here. We will maintain a list of removed lists. Let us begin. So algorithm says first you have to select any node from the graph to start with. So I have decided to start from node A. You can select any node to start. So at present I am deciding to start from node A. So first step is to select a start node. Once a start node is selected, you can insert or push the start node onto the stack. So I am going to push the start node onto the stack. Now what? First step is over. Start node is selected and it is pushed onto the stack. Once an element is pushed onto the stack, now step number 2 says you have to remove the topmost element from the stack. Now in our stack we are having only one element, and if I am removing or popping out the topmost element from the stack, the element removed will be element A. So step number 2 says you have to pop the topmost element from the stack and keep a track of the removed elements. Okay, so I have removed node A, so I am storing it in removed nodes section. Now comes step number 3. Step number 3 says once a node is removed, you have to identify all the adjacent nodes of this removed node and push each of these adjacent nodes onto the stack. Okay, so the node removed is A, and all the adjacent nodes which are all the nodes which are adjacent to A have to be identified, and the nodes that are adjacent to A are F, C and B. Now you have to push all the adjacent nodes of A to the stack. So let me push F, C and B onto stack. So I am going to push F, C and B. Sorry. Okay, so I have inserted F, C and B onto the stack. So if I am drawing the stack like this, you will be having some confusion. Let me draw stack in some other ways. Okay, so this was our stack. Initially node A was added. Once A was removed from the stack top, it has been added into the removed nodes list, and since A is removed, all its adjacent nodes which are F, C and B are all inserted or pushed onto the stack. Now it's okay. Clear? So see, I have pushed 3 elements or 3 adjacent nodes onto the stack. Which was pushed first? F was pushed first. Later C was pushed, and at the last B was pushed. So as for now, B is on the top position. Okay, so the steps which I have performed are: you have to select a start node, you have to push it onto the stack. Then step number 2, remove the topmost element from the stack and add it to the list of removed nodes. Step number 3 says whenever a node is removed, insert or push all its adjacent nodes onto the stack. So up to now we have completed it. Now what? Repeat the process until the stack becomes empty. So what process do we have to repeat? We have to continue the process of removing the topmost element from the stack. Whenever an element is removed, you have to insert all its adjacent nodes onto the stack. So let us continue the process. So at present, let us see which node is at the top position. So at present node B is at the top of the stack. So I'm going to remove the top element from the stack. So I removed the top element from the stack. And since B is removed, I am going to add it onto the list of removed nodes. B is added to the list of removed nodes. When B is removed, its adjacent nodes are to be inserted onto the stack. So what all are adjacent to B? G and C are adjacent to B. Let me push these two nodes, but remember C was already pushed, so it need not be pushed again. Remember, you can push a node only if it is to be inserted for the first time. A node which is already visited cannot be pushed again and again onto the stack. Since C was already selected and pushed onto the stack, at present you have to insert only G onto the stack. So let me push G on to the stack. So I'm going to push G. I have pushed G. Now what? Now again I have to remove the topmost element from the stack. So this time I have decided to remove the topmost element, and the topmost element of the stack is G. So I have removed G. After G is removed, it will be added to the list of removed nodes, and since G is removed, all its adjacent nodes have to be pushed onto the stack. Let us see which all are adjacent to G. C and E are adjacent to G, but C is already pushed, so it cannot be pushed again. So I am just pushing E this time. So I have decided to push E. So I am pushing E onto the stack. Since E is pushed, again repeating the process, remove the topmost element from the stack. So I am going to remove the topmost element, which is E. So again I have removed the topmost element from the stack. Let me add it to the list of removed nodes. Now let us add all the adjacent nodes of E to stack. Let us see which all are adjacent to E. D, C and J are adjacent to E. But C is pushed already, so it need not be pushed again. So which are the two elements which have to be pushed? D and J are to be pushed onto the stack. Let us push D and J onto the stack. So I am going to push D first, then J. So there is no order which adjacent node you are going to push first. It is your choice. You can push any adjacent nodes into the stack in any order. Either I can push it in the order D first and then J, or you can push it in the order J first and D later. Okay, you can push adjacent nodes in any order. Now what? We have pushed two nodes, D and J. Again repeating the process, remove the topmost element from the stack. Topmost element is J. I have removed J. Let me add it to the list of removed nodes. J is added. Now find all the adjacent nodes of J. J is having two adjacent nodes, D and K, but D is already pushed. So now we need to push only K. Let me push K. I am going to push K onto stack. Now again repeating the process, find which is on the top of the stack. K is at the top of the stack, so removing the topmost element I'm going to remove the topmost element, which is k. The removed top element should be added to this list. K is added. Find the adjacent nodes of k. K is having two adjacent nodes, which is E and G. Both E and G are already pushed onto the stack, so there are no nodes left which needs to be pushed at present. So I am pushing nothing. Now what? Now remove the topmost element from the stack. So this time the topmost element is D. So I have removed the topmost element from the stack. After removing, let me add it to the list. D is added. Find out the adjacent nodes of D. D is having only one adjacent node, which is C. But C is already pushed onto the stack, so it need not be pushed again. So this time I am pushing nothing onto the stack. Let us move on to the stack. Continuing the process, remove the topmost element from the stack. I am removing the topmost element from the stack. Add it to the list. I am adding it to the list. Find the adjacent nodes of C. C is having adjacent node as F. But F was already pushed onto the stack, so it need not be pushed again. It need not be pushed again. Okay. So at present, stack is having only one element in it. This was already removed. There is no element like this. Okay, so stack is having only one element in it, and which is F. So this time I am going to remove the topmost element, which is F. After removing the element, it will be added to the list. Let us find the adjacent nodes of F. F is having an adjacent node D, but D was already pushed onto the stack, so it need not be pushed again. Let us see what is the next top element onto the stack. Stack is empty. Stack is having no elements in it, so algorithm is completed. You have to stop the algorithm only when the stack is empty. Okay, so in this way you have to select a start node, push it onto the stack. Step number 2, remove the topmost element from the stack. Whenever an element is removed from the stack, all its adjacent nodes have to be pushed onto the stack. Repeat the process of removing the topmost element and adding its adjacent element to the stack. Continue this process until all the nodes from the stack has been removed. Remember, when you try to add the adjacent nodes onto the stack, a node which has been already inserted or already pushed onto the stack need not be selected again. You can insert a node into the stack only once. Continue this process until the stack becomes empty. Once the stack becomes empty, the algorithm stops, and at that time the collection of removed nodes will be the list or the order in which you have to visit or perform traversal in the graph search. So the order is A, B, G, E, J, K, D, C and F. This is the order in which you can visit the nodes of the graph. Let us see. First you will start from A. Okay, at this position. You will start at this position. Then you will go from A to B. That means from A to B. Then from B you have to go to G, like this. From B you have to go to G. From G you will go to E, like this. You will go to E. A, B, G and E. From E you will go to J. From J you will go to K. From K you will go to D. Then you will visit C. Then you will visit F. So this is the order in which the nodes of the graph will be visited in a DFS algorithm. Hope the concepts being explained over here are clear to you. Keep watching the videos and support me. Subscribe the channel if you are not yet subscribed. Thank you.